and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What? Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
Welcome everyone to the Smack Raw Podcast NXT Recap episode. NXT Super Tuesday episode part 2 recap episode. I'm your host as always, SES Vince. Joined with me today, the Triple H to my Shawn Michaels, Arn, Mr. 8984, Aaron Real Petty from Mean Jelly Bean. How's it going, my man?
What's good, buddy? How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. I just got finished watching a pretty solid episode of NXT. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was alright. We're gonna dive into it, but before we do that, let me introduce our special guest from the Havok Hour and Young Kings Wrestling, Rick Havok himself. How's it going, my man? Thank you for joining us on the podcast, man.
What's up, man? Yeah, it's a long time coming. I was supposed to be getting on, but this is like stop one on my world tour for the next week or so. I got this. I got our show, Young Kings Wrestling, tomorrow night. Then I'm probably doing Smacking It Raw with Matt and the crew later on in the week. So I got a full plate. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, about time.
When I hopped on Young Kings Wrestling, cheap plug, go ahead and check out Young Kings Wrestling, that YK Wrestling everywhere. You were actually mentioned that you were going to have a couple weeks vacation. And you were going to go ahead and on a podcasting tour. So I figured I had to go ahead and book the first stop on NXT. And I thought this was a really solid episode, and we're just going to dive right into it. But before we do, I'd like to remind you guys, check out Wrestling News World. We are their exclusive recap podcast. It's an awesome website featuring very talented writers and other podcasts as well. Make sure to bookmark their page and maybe even check out some of their premium content. If you missed the live recording, like right here on Standing Stream, twitch.tv/Standing Streamer, you can go ahead and check out the recording later on youtube.com/SmackRaw Also, the audio version of the show is pretty much everywhere you can listen to all your podcasts. And lastly, if other than the free stuff, liking, commenting, subscribing, downloading the podcast, if you want to go the extra mile and actually help out the show to the next level, consider checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/SmackRawPodcast. We have a bunch of different reward tiers. If you go ahead and hit us with the $25 tier, you get that sweet brand new Smacking the Raw t-shirt. You get your choice of colorway. You also get your opportunity to plug your own show or create a venture on the podcast itself for a limited time. Also, just kick $1, kick $5, it helps the show. If you kick the $5, you get the stickers, as you can see on the screen right there. Pretty awesome stuff, to be honest with you guys. As you guys can see, quick cheap plug, I got my Smack Raw podcast t-shirt over there. I went with red because I'm a Bulls fan and I had to rock the red. So I don't know, maybe Arn has the blue one because he's a Knicks guy. So I don't know, man. Go ahead.
My condolences, brother.
Let's kick off the show. We started the show off in fashion. We had the NXT title match to kick things off. Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. I thought this was a really good match. No wonky finish, a straight up wrestling match. The better man won. I'll kick it over to Rick because he's the guest. What you thought of this match, man?
This was top notch. This is the best you could have expected from both guys. I mean, that's match of the night easily. But I think the biggest thing I took away from this is, and I said it earlier, I was tweeting it, Adam Cole is definitely looking like he's going face. The performance in the match, after the match, showing the respect, you know what I'm saying, throwing up the too sweet, and then the interview that he did afterwards. We definitely about to see a face Adam Cole. But this was honestly the best move they could have went with. I mean, Finn Balor needed it at the end of the day. Adam Cole, there's nothing wrong with Adam Cole being champ and winning, but one, we saw that, and two, I've said this on our show, and I heard Vince say this a bunch of times too. As good as Finn has looked at NXT, what's he laid claim to? Other than some big takeover wins, Johnny Gargano, Timothy Thatcher, that's great, but if he would have lost tonight, that kind of, in a way, you run the risk of damaging his star power as a top guy.
Right.
Because the narrative's going to be, oh yeah, he puts on great matches, no doubt, but he's not winning the big ones. So this was much needed for him. But that was definitely solid.
What about you, Oren? Go ahead, give us your 2 cents.
I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, we've had this conversation numerous times. Like, what was the point of Finn fucking coming to NXT and not winning the belt or winning a belt? Like you said, like Rick said, he needed this. I think they needed it as a brand, especially for a soft reset and how they lost their 2 top guys on the same damn night, essentially. So going into the fall and winter with Finn Balor as your champion or cornerstone of NXT, I mean, you can't fucking go wrong.
According to Finn, he's a centerpiece, not a cornerstone.
But either way, I mean, shit, diamond in the crown, whatever you want to put him at, you're not gonna be bad off having Finn Balor carrying your promotion, especially going into Survivor Series and all that shit when all the brands are on it and everything, and we supposedly have a fucking draft or shuffle coming up too as well. So
yeah. Also too, you're on USA Network, you need a big name. Finn Balor's a recognizable name, and why not? And it's funny enough that the oldest guy here, the guy that came back to NXT, is the freshest guy to have won that title. I'm okay with it. Right. The question I actually want to unpack here, because like Rick actually brought a good example, a good point here, is Adam Cole turning face, or where does that leave Undisputed Era? Do they turn face with him? Because obviously, as we saw later on in the show, they still are out here doing heel tactics, So they're
not saying two of them are. Remember, we had just talked last week about how Roddy was kind of in between of it. So do we get a future Shock team up and them split, or do they have to reel Roddy and Bobby in? Like, nah, bro, we're going a different route. Like, which I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Right.
If there was some sort of tension in it, but don't break them up, because they're done for if you break them up. I mean, as much as we talk about Kyle O'Reilly and all that shit, and that's fine and dandy on NXT, but if they go up, they get moved up or anything like that. If you break them up, like, I don't see any of them being anything except for Adam Cole. Mm-hmm. Roddy will still be the hand that he is, but I don't see them being anywhere near the top of the card like they have been without them being together as a faction.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Like if Adam Cole splits from them and he goes up, at least keep Roddy together with the two of them, and then you could do it like Bullet Club. Like Roddy could take over, and then they find somebody that they recruit, bring them on, and they just keep the flow going. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you, bro. If they split, they're toast. Like Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are a solid tag team, but we know Vince doesn't care about tag teams, so forget about that.
Yeah,
and Roddy, is a mid-card guy at best.
Yeah, we can go ahead and sing the praises of Kyle O'Reilly, saying that guy can break out and be a star from Undisputed Era. But if he goes to main roster, like it's like very toss it, like it's a coin toss basically, whether or not he's going to be used properly or not.
I don't even think it's a coin.
To be fair, we've seen smaller guys get a solid run. Like he has personality, which is what helps him over even like an Adam Cole. Like Adam Cole has like cool catchphrases, but Kyle O'Reilly I feel like has personality for days, and that could carry.
Yeah, but what do they do to those type of guys when they bring them to the main roster? They make them a fucking comedy act, and then 2 months later, you forgot that they're even on the damn roster. That's the difference. That's the thing, that guys like him with personality and that can be funny, they strap him with that comedy shit. And then you never hear from him again.
Fair point.
So Fandango and Tyler Breeze are a fair example.
Well, they're the current tag team champions, so are they really a fair example?
In NXT.
Yeah, I was about to say, look at what happened. And the thing was, too, that shouldn't have been the case, because Tyler Breeze was billed as a top guy in NXT.
Yes.
Then you brought him up in the first match he had on Raw. He got squashed by Apollo Crews. And Fandango came out to a push. The man beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania.
Right.
So, I mean, both of those guys were positioned to get that push. And then just slowly, they just dropped right off the map to the point you barely saw them on TV.
Yeah.
They
go back to NXT.
Yeah,
right.
Fair point. Going back to the match, though, I liked this. It was good from start to finish. The injury to the what was it, the knee of Finn Balor, like really hindered him towards the end of the match, which is what I liked. It added more drama. He had the coup de grace. They made a big deal about no one's ever kicked out of the coup de grace, which I feel like that's a lie, because I could have sworn Joe kicked out of that shit back in the day in Finn's first NXT run. I can't remember for sure, but I feel like that's not facts right there.
I gotta go back and look. I'm not sure.
Obviously, he goes like to hit his big moves. He's unable to do so. The only reason he's even able to win the match is because he goes to the top rope, because he doesn't have to like pick up Adam Cole. He literally just drops him from a top rope DDT. They call it a top rope 1916. It wasn't. He just did a fucking DDT from the top rope. That's all that fucking was. He couldn't lift them up. It was no like actual like lifting of Adam Cole. Even like Finn Balor kicking out of the last shot. All really great stuff. Great beats in the match. I gotta go back and watch it again. I thought it was really good. And like we were mentioning at the top of the show, Finn Balor, new NXT champion. Does he get a lengthy run here? Does he go a long period of time? I say let him hold on to this title at least until WrestleMania season, like, or the takeover around WrestleMania.
Because you don't have a time frame for Killer Cross, and besides that, they haven't built up anybody like of importance. So I think he's gonna have it till then. Maybe I definitely think it'll be Royal Rumble, somewhere around there type of run for him until, because I mean, who do you have? Like, will you name the title picture?
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead now.
It's fucking dead. It's basically Finn just gonna go on a killing spree for the most part, because Adam Cole, he has to be out of there. Ciampa, I guess, can have a claim to it, and we can go ahead and pencil in Ciampa versus Finn. Maybe you can have a Gargano versus Finn, but we're really gonna circle back to that. Then you really go down the card and like you're really grasping at straws, unless a Jeff Cobb is actually signed to NXT. He shows up there instead of AEW, because I feel like he's either signed to AEW or NXT. They're just waiting for the right time to debut him. So, or
I think if he was signed to AEW, they would have already brought him back out. I mean, he's already been on there once. I didn't like it would be a surprise if he was signed. I think they would have debuted him at that dumbass Battle Royal, not old ass Matt Sydal. That's why
my god.
Bro, Matt Sydal, man, out here looking like he like fucking had like a 2K glitch going on when he won.
And that wasn't even the worst. The fall wasn't the worst part. He just was ass in that match. Like, he was got his ass kicked the whole match. Like, the point of him being and that's for another show.
I like how Arn had to kind of like pause and just be like, you know what? Let me not go into a recreation.
That pay-per-view was ass.
He was ready to go.
We're an NXT show. That pay-per-view was ass.
Yeah, so
it was 2 good matches on it.
We ranted the whole recap.
So we'll see what happens with Finn. I'm excited for him being NXT champion, and he doesn't have the extremely large X title, because it looked cool initially because it was original, but it looked like a toy, bro. It looks like a fucking toy, bro. I can't fuck with
I think the one now looks like a toy. I think it doesn't look like a world champion's belt. It looks like a secondary title to me. I think it would even.
Don't make me lift the gimmick. I will mute you.
Bro, Keith Lee made it look even made it look like a fucking. It made it look like AEW's women's title when Keith Lee had it like that.
Because he's a big man.
I'm about to say Keith Lee's huge.
But the North American title was bigger than that, bro.
Because like the North American title is huge too.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I'm saying though. How can your secondary title be a bigger belt than your world title? Like, it doesn't. I don't like that one or the women's. I think they need to redo it. They don't necessarily need to go back to the X, because I will give you that was more when it was like up and coming, like
developmental. That's
like just stand out. So like, I mean, but I still think it's the best. But I think they need to redo. I think they should redo it every couple of years just to be different.
Topic for another day. Maybe go ahead and tweet that out. # unpopular wrestling opinions. See if it gets on the show again. Your tweets get on the show more. I haven't been on the show at least once. None of my tweets have gotten in there, and I feel like
stop playing it safe.
I'm not playing it safe. I swear to God, I feel like this is favoritism. There's a
Johnny
conspiracy.
Cash ass. No, that's you being Johnny Cash, always walking the line. Take a step or either one side of it.
I got two. I'm expecting to see on the next episode. At least one of the two. The first one is, and I don't even know if this is unpopular. I said Sasha and Bailey's feud has been so well built over the past year and a half plus
Mm-hmm.
that it should main event WrestleMania next year.
Oh, for sure.
That's one.
Unpopular at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even call that unpopular. But the other one is, this was just like a joke, but I'm dead serious. Adam Pearce as the worst WWE official in WWE history.
That one's getting on there for sure. That one's getting on there.
Like,
I'm sure Kyle saw that and he wanted it on the show.
Yeah, that one's on. That one's on for sure. You forgot about good old Mike, didn't you?
I did. I definitely did.
Like Adam Lee? Jesus. Quickly in the chat, Katie Bay, you know, she joined us on the show last week. She says the coup de grace, I believe Owens at Beast in the East is the only person besides Cole to kick out, but she could be wrong. So you might have to fact check there. Where's TC when you need him? He's always like really good at like looking shit up mid show, and then just having the answers. Like, I swear this man's an encyclopedia, man. I swear. Moving on though, because we spent like almost 15 minutes talking about that one match and just rambling about stuff that wasn't even on the show. Robert Stone says he knows where things are at backstage in NXT. He finds the tank. He tries to break the tank. Shotzi stops him. Aaliyah comes in, jumps her, go into a brawl. Aaliyah bumps into Io Shirai. Io chases her to the ring, and Aaliyah goes on to be the punching bag to both Shotzi and Io Shirai. Then Robert Stone tried to get in on the action and got his ass whooped too. But the main thing here is we got a nice little cool stare down where Shotzi grabbed the NXT Women's title and looked very badass staring down fucking Io Shirai. And I didn't think they would jump straight into that match just yet. Technically, they could always go into that Shotzi match and then she loses and then it's a redemption story. She has to get to the next level. She realizes she's not up to par. And maybe that's the story, but I'm all for it. Obviously, it got set up for like a singles non-titles match next week, but we'll do predictions at the end of the show for like next week's matches. So that was a nice little like segment there. I fucking love Robert Stone. I think that dude is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
If they do the WWE draft, they should move Robert Stone brand to Raw just so he can be in the 24/7 title picture. I would love to see him as 24/7 champion. Him mixing it up with an R-Truth, I think that would be great.
Did you see the exclusive he did after the show?
I did not.
He's dropping Mercedes.
Is he?
Yep.
Oh, that's a bad move, but
He's probably either one of them is probably moving up then, because they haven't even been together a month or two, have they?
That did that same thing with Chelsea Green. Like, I swear, Robert Stone brand can't keep his employees. It's like Seth Rollins with his like disciples. Every time he gets a disciple, something happens to him. Austin Theory, scandal. AOP gets released and then injured, and then like Buddy Murphy doesn't show up for a minute. Like, he only has Buddy Murphy, and now Robert Stone only has Aaliyah. Like, that's not much of a brand. I'm sorry. You need to build your brand better. Maybe take some notes from MVP and the Hurt Business, because they're building up their brand pretty nicely.
Facts.
I just got this.
Oh,
today.
Nice.
I ordered mine a couple days ago.
I had to do it.
Gotta get it.
For sure. Next up, we had the Gargano's dinner party with Tegan Knox. Like the quick early setup, you know, Tegan arriving to the house and just interacting with Johnny here. We're just gonna go ahead and tackle all the segments all together because there's a total of 3. Where like the first one she arrives, the second one where they're trying to hash things out, and it kind of seems like they're on the same page, and finally the last one where the final like straw that broke the camel's back was Candice saying that, oh, I'm gonna win the NXT Women's title. Tegan took offense to that. They get into basically a food fight. Johnny ends up being covered up in SpaghettiOs, and they break a fucking flat screen. Then Tegan runs out the building.
It was the office, bro. It was the plasma TV dinner party, bro.
Oh, you know what? I didn't catch that reference. This coming.
I know y'all did. That's why I was wondering. You was just like, they broke
this
a
coming
TV.
from the guy with a Thunder Mifflin hat, and I didn't
every damn episode.
God,
it was, it's a fucking dinner party. They broke the plasma TV, bro.
Oh man, what's up, D-Rod? We see you in the chat, man. Thank you for joining us on the
blooded.
Jeez, man. Okay, so wow, I didn't catch that reference. I gotta go back and watch that. So I missed the context of the speech that Candice was giving to Tegan and the exchange in between. Arn, did you catch any of that, or like what was the?
It wasn't really a speech. She was just pretty much saying like, I've never Like even with this new Gargano way, I've never done you wrong. I've never took you down the wrong path. I've always been there for you. I've always had your back no matter what. How is this any different? This is the part I love about Gargano and them in their heel run. They do shit as heels that makes sense. That with things in wrestling where you're like, why the hell would you do that? Like they take their time and make sense out of it. Like, listen, I'm trying something new. Shit normally works out whenever I do anything. Join me. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it was supposed to be funny, but it made more sense to me, and it made me love and fucking want to be down with the Garganos even more.
Yeah, I've been behind this heel turn for both of them from the jump. Honestly, I kept telling Arn, like, the minute I knew I was all for this was when Johnny was announcing Candice to the ring. It's like she's from so-and-so California, but currently resides in my heart. Simp Johnny Gargano for his wife is the gimmick. That is his ultimate gimmick, man. I swear I'm all for it.
Yep. I've said this several times, and I will die on this hill. The heel turn is doing so much more for Candice than it's doing for Johnny. Johnny didn't need to do this, but seeing him go full on dark side and all that is good. But the depth to Candice's character is coming out right now, and long term, like I could see her ultimately down the road taking the belt off of Io and having a solid run with it. That's why I'm cool with Shotzi getting the match here, and maybe Tegan gets another shot later down the line, because it just builds up to eventually Candice is gonna get to that point where she's gonna be the top contender, and she'll be the one to beat Io.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm down with that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I mean, people may not want to admit it or may not know, but Candice might be the best wrestler out of all the women on the roster.
Yeah, hands down, man. She's really good.
She wrestled men for about a year and a half straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not just small men. I'm talking about like Jeff Cobb and all those guys. She fought a little bit of all of them people in the independents. So she might be the best women's wrestler in that fucking, maybe in the whole company, honestly. Probably. In-ring wise. I'm not saying everywhere.
Yeah. Like in-ring wise, she might be the best, like all around, like across other companies. She's up there.
Yeah.
Like, in-ring wise.
I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have been mad if she had won the North American title at TakeOver.
I said that. Sit down the fucking recap. Thank you. My God. Like, see, Rick, we gotta have to have you on the show, man. We get along so much better, And it goes a little bit smoother now that TC isn't trying to like hijack the fucking show with his fucking rants and rambles and shit. I swear.
That's what he does, man.
I swear, man. The minute that dude stops hosting, he don't know how to act. But we love you, TC. We love you, man. Moving on. Patrick, he had a match against local enhancement talents. Did you guys catch this guy's name? Something
Adonis.
Yeah, something Adonis.
Adonis the something. Katie, if you're in the chat and you know the name, or you want to look it up for us, by all means, Katie, do us a solid. But Patrick, he had a match, and homeboy over here got a lot of offense in, made Patrick look terrible in his match, and basically won after ref distraction, thumb to the eye, Dream Valley Driver, 1, 2, 3, and it's like, is this guy gonna be a player in NXT, or what's the reason for having Dream eat so much offense from him? Is my question. That to me made.
I was thinking that too. I mean, and my thing is I don't mind when they have matches like this for your chicken shit hill, but at least make it be some dope ass offense, not a DDT and a backdrop and a couple punches. That shit pisses me off more than anything. All right, if you're just trying to use this as just to get your guys some heat, I understand, but at least give them some actual offensive fucking moves and not basic wrestling one-on-one shit. He literally DDT'd him, backdropped him, and threw a couple punches, and that was the offense that he got in. I'm like, come on, bro, chill.
Yeah, for sure. So Patrick won, like I said. The big takeaway from this match was Kushida made a surprise return and just went ham on Patrick. Just wrecked this man. He's out here doing the Lord's work. He out here ruining arms. He had him in an arm bar, like cross arm breaker in the corner. He fucked him up. I have not seen Kushida that vicious in NXT you had to go back to his New Japan days. If you didn't even watch him then, you've never seen this side of him. Like what's the catalyst to this? Am I missing something here? What am I missing?
Fucking Velveteen knocked his ass out for the triple threat. He attacked him afterwards.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. Bro, like with this whole thing that's been going. Look, honestly, Dream, he comes in, I check out, and I forget half the shit he does. So then when he comes back and there's a storyline beat here, I'm like, wait, why is this happening? That's why I was so confuzzled. I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm all for Kushida just going ham and going to work on Dream, but at the same time, it's like, why? I'd like to know why. As the NXT host, you would think I would know this.
Why is not the why is not the important part. The what the fuck is like? Is he a heel now? Did he take Velveteen out? They're finally gonna get his ass back off TV until this shit blows over. Like, what if?
Oh no,
there's no blowing over. There's no blowing over.
It's not. And you know what? You know what too?
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you something to piss me off. He's trolling now.
Yeah.
Because he went on Twitter talking about, let me see. Let me pull it up real quick. He says, he got the emoji, the eye. I was on Fuego, means fire in Spanish, / miss you Morrow tonight. And then at the bottom, he puts fire, the fire emoji, dream. Like, so that's how you feel, bro?
Yeah. See,
so you just not taking it seriously at all.
And here's the thing.
And my thing is like if you're gonna do this, then step out like Matt Riddle did, and get in front of him and say this shit ain't real, it's bullshit, it's fake. Because then if you're standing your ground like that the whole time, I don't mind if you come back talking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because you feel like you're vindicated because you said you were telling the truth, and now your job and your employer believes you, so they put you back on TV. But
bro, it's
they just swept this under the rug. It never happened.
Bro, there was no shoving under the rug. He got ahead of this thing, and his lawyer found the loophole and technicality, and he's not legally responsible for anything. He did nothing illegal here. But that's a podcast that's a topic for another podcast for another day. Quickly in the chat, Katie Bay doing the Lord's work over here, helping out the show. Ashante the Adonis was the name. I hope I didn't butcher the name. It says Ashante.
No, that's what it was.
Ashante the Adonis. You know what? Here's the thing. He had a surname. You know, he had the Adonis. That sounds like a good wrestling name. I don't give a fuck. That kind of sounds like a decent wrestling name.
And he kind of looked like Michael B. Jordan for real with a fro. No, real talk. He kind of looked like him.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm not joking, bro.
Hey.
No cap at all. Like he did kind of look like the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd see it, but that's why I was surprised. I'm like, is this gonna be some new debut guy, and he's gonna get like a John Cena type win over Kurt Angle, even though he didn't beat Kurt Angle, but something like that. So I don't know.
That's what it looked like, honestly.
I thought it was really good though. He put on some good offense.
He was talking cash shit in the ring too. He was talking cash shit in the ring.
He was talking shit. I love this man. I don't know who he is, but showing more of him on my TV screen. Maybe if you guys know his Twitter handle, let me know. I might give him a follow. I'll see. Night's still young. I don't know what I'm doing yet. But yeah, Kushida Dream looks like the direction we're going at. Bronson Reed taking on Austin Theory. This was set up last week and 2 weeks ago. What do you guys made of this match? Obviously, I felt like Bronson Reed was going to pick up the win here because he's too hot to lose to a returning Austin Theory. Is this just kind of like a bump in the road, kind of like a speed bump for Bronson Reed? Do something in the intermediate while they figure out what they're going to do with him going forward?
I don't. I mean, you know how I feel about Austin Theory, and I'm glad Thick Boy season's over. But no, I think this was just something to get Bronson Reed over because, like you said, he's too hot. So they got to give him something to kind of keep him going in the right direction till they figure out the world title picture and everything moving forward. But it just kills me because they should have never moved Theory up from Raw to begin with. Like I feel like right now he would have been a perfect foil for whoever your champ was, even Keith Lee. I mean, because they've actually had some dope matches. You know what I'm saying? So, But again, his discretions outside the fucking ring just kind of throw a damper on everything too. So it's just I don't even know. I'm just so disappointed because I mean, if anybody that watched our show from the beginning, Austin Theory's been my guy. I even just was starting to get Vince turned around on him and everything too, and then all this shit popped off. So kind of is what it is.
Yeah. NXT's got hit hard. AEW, Impact, a a lot of companies got hit hard because of this shit. But on the plus side, he didn't win at least, so he didn't pick up the win.
I wonder why he's not Thick Boy no more.
Because they're trying to take him more serious, trying to book him as more of a serious guy, and I guess they figured out.
Oh, really? Boy. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, you mean like exactly like I was saying for about 10 fucking months now that you cannot call a grown ass man thick boy.
Fair point, my man.
One more for the good guy. One more for the good guy.
Bronson Reed picked up the win with top rope splash.
I mean, he right though.
It was a
Colossal Bronson Reed.
Colossal Bronson Reed. I fucks with the name. Fox with the name a little bit more. I fucks with it more. We were mentioning Roderick Strong. He was accompanied by Bobby Fish to take on against Killian Dane. This match was set up because they attacked Dane, and the attack and with Drake Maverick. What you guys think of the match? It was all right. It kind of felt like it was just there for me.
But it was the end part is where, remember we just talked about how UE was doing heel shit, but that completely got erased from your mind when fucking Killian Dane attacked Drake at the end of the match. You completely forgot about them having a heel standoff right before that. So that's why I was like, this was all just like a palate cleanser for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. So this is. I'll let you guys jump more into it, but the way I felt like this is Undisputed Era just being Undisputed Era, specifically Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish. And I think the story that they're trying to tell here is they're going to eventually do like a will they, won't they type of tag team situation like they did with Team Hell No with Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. I think that's a good way to go. Build up your tag team division. Why not give two solid wrestlers something to do? And I feel like Killian Dane needs somebody. I feel like the most interested I was in the man is when he debuted with Sanity, and he was like the muscle of Sanity. And I feel like he always needs like someone with him. Like that's why I was an advocate to pair him up with Nikki Cross, because by himself he doesn't do nothing for me. And then now specifically he's just big Haas guy with hairy back, long hair, jeans, and a cut off t-shirt. It's like, come on, it's not a good look. But Roderick Strong picked the win. He had a lot of help from Bobby Fish towards the end. He hit him with that high jumping knee. They jumped him after the match, which prompts Drake Maverick to come out, make the save. Out comes Killian Dane with a lead pipe, fends them off, and he kind of just like has an acknowledgement to Drake, like, thanks for having my back, but we're still not cool, right? We're still not friends. And as he's trying to leave, Drake Maverick does the bonehead decision of trying to get his attention, like, come on, man, let's dap it up or something, and just gets rocked just for his troubles. So it's gonna it's gonna be a progressing story. I feel like give it like 2 more weeks or 2 or 3 more weeks, we're actually gonna see them into like this buddy cop type of tag team together.
I'm just sick of this shit, man. It's nothing against these two. Like you said, they would be a decent tag team because Drake is fucking phenomenal on the mic. And that's what Killian needs. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm just sick of these half-ass thrown together teams like, oh, you're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. You guys are a fucking tag team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just – and then then when they do that, make them a fucking tag team. Give them matching gear. Give them one song. Like, I hate when they throw these guys together and they come out separately and they come out in different gear and shit. Like, come on, bro. If you're a tag team, be a fucking tag team. Like, if you're going to harp on this and throw this in our face and shove it down our throat that these guys are together now, make them look fucking together.
Right.
Like Shayna and Nia.
Right. Exactly.
I'll give them credit, though. The shit is working now. I'm in it. After SmackDown, you know what I'm saying? After Payback, I'm sold on it. Like, I don't care no more.
Shayna's probably my favorite wrestler overall, not just men or women. So I'm in it to win it regardless. Yeah. She's finally getting TV time. Like, yes, sir.
Are y'all out here trying to bromance on purpose? Like, I swear, like, you guys are like clicking that.
That's both shirts I got. You know what I'm saying?
What you think, Reek? Like, what you think of Arn's theory here that like maybe there's a babyface turn for Adam Cole here down the line? Where does that leave Undisputed Era? The buddy cop thing going with Dane and Maverick. What's your take, man? How you feeling?
It made sense because we didn't even see Kyle out there tonight. No. You know what I'm saying? And Adam is at the point where it's like you can tell that the lines are kind of being drawn already, which I like and I don't like, because on one hand, Adam Cole is going to be a star no matter what he winds up doing. If he stays, if he goes off and does his own thing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how far they'll go with Kyle O'Reilly. You know what I'm saying? He can be a star, but will they build him like one?
Right.
If he says, I want to switch up, and those guys want to keep doing their own thing. But I mean, I could see it. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a bad thing. Mm-hmm. As far as Dane and Drake, I've seen odder couples, so it wouldn't be bad.
X-Pac and Kane is kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's what I compare Nia and Shayna to, like the team hell no type of thing.
Right.
But I mean, I guess after a while, I'd have to see them together, like as a team first. Like I'd have to see them in a match or something like that.
If they weren't even necessarily a tag team, if Drake was just his mouthpiece.
That too. Like I seeing them, in the ring or cutting a promo or something like that. Right. I have to see how they present it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If it's done right, then go for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you, honestly. Like when it's just Killian Dane, I don't like. It doesn't really translate unless he's got a good feud.
No, even if he has a good feud, I tune out whenever I see that man on TV. I'm like, oh, Killian Dane, hold up, let me go get some snacks. Killian Dane, hold up.
Matt Riddle was my favorite wrestler. Matt Riddle was my favorite wrestler in NXT, and me and him both when he had this feud with Killian Dane. I mean, we literally just brushed over it every fucking show. Like it was.
Yeah, he did. This is the most attention he's had, and it's because of Drake Maverick. Or at least on this recap, like we never give him any shine whatsoever. Never put the man over. But we were talking about tag teams, guys. So we're having a tag team match next week. Current tag team champions Breezango defending against former champions Imperium. Who do you guys got here and why? Start off with Rick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. NXT UK is coming back,
right?
And I'm more intrigued about it now because we never got to see Finn Balor versus Walter, which is something that's definitely on the cards. It would be an even bigger hit now that Balor's the NXT champion. Mm-hmm. But I feel like y'all spent so much time, rebuilding Breezango that it would be a little bit early to just have them win it and take him right back off him. So I think they'll probably win this, and maybe it'd be like a funky finish or something like that. But they'll probably come away with the win. Imperium doesn't really lose any steam at the end of the day. They've been kind of just fractured up because of the whole travel issues and like that. So
for sure, definitely.
It'll be a solid match though.
Yeah. Arn?
I mean, we've already had this conversation. Like we don't think that we thought that was the whole reason why they ended up with the titles anyway, was because NXT UK is coming back. Mm-hmm. So I feel the same thing. Like, and to me, Breezango will serve a purpose. They'll be, by the time this is all said and done, the crowd will either be behind them or hate them. So either way, it'll be a win-win with whatever tag team you set up to take the belts off of them.
Well,
so that's the good about Breezango. Either they're gonna be, the crowd's gonna be fully behind them, and it's gonna be an emotional response when they lose, or people are just gonna be fucking tired of them. You're gonna be like, just give the belts to somebody. So it's the NXT's in a win-win with them, honestly.
And by crowd, you mean performance center trainees, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna root behind the babyface. So they're gonna actually cheer for what they're. Come on, and we forget they don't get the Thunderdome, man. They don't get the Thunderdome, which is
horseshit. Like what?
I don't get that. I really don't get that. Especially for Takeover.
I'll say
Takeover 30.
At least
Takeover 30 made no sense. They should have done the Thunderdome for that for sure. I can understand not wanting to do 3 Thunderdome shows because they do gotta drop a couple grand on there. You gotta drop some dough just to like go ahead and rent that shit. But at the same time, you had Takeover 30.
Isn't it all in the same fucking building?
No. But for every day they're charged. For every day they set up and use it. Yeah, so that's why
I'll say they kind of made up for it because that stage at Takeover 30 was fire.
Oh, but they could have done that with the
I was
Thunderdome.
Cool with that.
They could have done it with the Thunderdome.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah. You were talking about like setting the tag team up to take the titles. I think that's the Legado de Fantasma. I think their story with Breezango isn't done just yet. And I think that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, I feel like Breezango is going to be a transitional champion, which hurts and pains me to say because I fucking love Tyler Breeze to death. And Fandango's cool too. Speaking of
I'd be okay with that as long as we make sure we spotlight the cruiserweight title. Because we saw that great match he had with Swerve or like 2-3 weeks ago. Bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's far and few in between. We don't see him on TV, and then they have a couple matches, and then they're back off TV. They don't even put the title up for grabs on takeovers. Like, the title's on your brand, and you got a solid champion with a fire gimmick. You have to put it front and center for people to see as much as possible.
For sure, definitely. So
there's nothing else to say. I totally agree. I mean, we've had the conversation like.
I think the cruiserweight division needs some big names. They need some big time players because it kind of feels like not to take another cheap shot at AEW, but AEW's women division, there's not too many big name players there. There's Sheeta.
But that's the thing about NXT. Everybody there is a fucking cruiserweight. What are you talking about?
Exactly, and that's my point. You can have Roderick Strong, bro. You hop on 2K19, 2K20, whatever 2K. And all the members of Undisputed Era are technically cruiserweights. Finn Balor's a cruiserweight. Johnny Gargano's a cruiserweight. What I'm saying. Like, Ciampa's a cruiserweight.
Everybody on the roster. Everybody on the roster except for
Gargano and Ciampa were actually in the first and only cruiserweight classic.
Right. That's what I'm saying, dude. They have the people there. They need to just start actually using them. And
they need to start treating the cruiserweight title like the X Division title was treated in Impact. And use it kind of like a stepping stool to get to the next level.
I don't like that. Everybody's a cruiserweight. Because if that's the case, then Keith Lee never should have lost a match. He should have been undefeated during this entire time in NXT. All of them are cruiserweights.
Fair point, man. But
that's just me.
He's like
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying if you just physically look at the fucking roster, everyone there is cruiserweight.
Yeah, you could tell.
I wasn't saying that like as far as like judging anybody's talent. I'm saying like physically. 205 and under is the entire fucking roster, except for fucking basically. Keith Lee, Dijakovic, and Killian Dane. And the infamous, the NXT. I can't think of shit tonight. Fucking Damian Priest. Those are the only four dudes you got that aren't 205 and under. Yeah, that's it. That's true. The whole roster is.
So it's not so much that they're giants; it's just everybody that damn small.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Speaking of Damian Priest, he's going to be is he defending his title against Thatcher next week, or is it a non-title match?
Yep.
So North American title match, Damian Priest versus Thatcher. I'm going to start with Arn here because he's Thatcher's his guy, and then he predicted Priest to win the title. He's not dropping the title so soon, is he?
I don't know, like, because to me it seems like they think they have something in Thatcher. And they're pushing him, and they you could tell they're giving him that slow burn that they give their guys that they want to hold back till they can kind of see what the landscape is. And that's how I feel like they are doing with Thatcher. But I don't know. I mean, maybe a smazzy fucking finish or some shit to get some other guys involved in the picture, maybe. But I think Damian Priest keeps it.
What about you, Rick?
I hate this because, Damian Priest, his title run is worth seeing through for a while, but I don't want to see Thatcher lose, man. I really don't.
Especially since he lost to Finn.
It's no, it's not even that. Like his style, I love watching. Like when him and Oni Lorcan had those matches, bro. I could watch that every single week.
That's me, bro.
He just has that style that I could get behind on a regular basis. So it's like it's early to take the title off Priest. But at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's tight for me. So
yeah,
I think Priest is gonna win, but I don't want to see Thatcher lose, man. I don't.
Here, I just had an epiphany. A light bulb just went off as we were talking, Rick. We were talking about NXT UK opening up.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in the UK that has beef with Thatcher? That could be coming back to the States.
Pete
Dunne. What if Pete Dunne makes a surprise? Now you pivot to Thatcher, Pete Dunne, And then that's where Thatcher gets put over. He doesn't get the title, but he gets put over on Pete Dunne, and he wins that feud. And then Pete Dunne transitions to main roster, stays in the next year, goes back to UK. Actually, I don't think he should go back to UK. I feel like he's done everything he can do in UK. So either that's what I'm thinking.
Stay over here.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it could happen. I don't know what the odds are. I don't know what his travel situation is. I have zero information. This is just me as a wrestling fan, like fantasy booking this shit, like I always do.
Well, I think his situation was more so he had just had a kid. His wasn't more. It wasn't so much more as like Walter and them where they just didn't want to fucking be here. Like I think he had just had a kid like right before everything shut down, and that was why he just didn't come. Just took the time off or whatever.
Makes sense.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, and listen, I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. Before the year is out, if we're gonna keep doing Raw Underground, you better get Timothy Thatcher in Underground. I want to see it. I need to see it. Make it happen.
Yo, you know what? Quick shout out.
Real
I think
talk.
the best use of Raw Underground was on Raw this past Monday with the feud of Aleister Black and Kevin Owens. I think they utilized Underground perfectly and actually had some big name talent transition there. I didn't even think about Aleister Black being in Raw Underground. That's how much I forget that this guy has a legit background. Like I forget that he's not just like what? What's up?
The thing I hate about those Raw Underground matches because it's all the same thing: double leg, hip toss. Punch on the ground. Like it's like every match is the fucking same. Like we haven't seen.
Look, man.
I mean, besides when they have like the squash ones with the big dude from Evolve and fucking Bobby Lashley just destroying people.
Right.
For the most part, when they have actual matches or matchups there, it's the same shit.
Well, I'll say this. As a guy that used to play Mortal Kombat growing up and would just spam the same fucking 1-2 moves to get the win, if it works and it gets the win, don't fucking mess with the formula, man. Jeez.
It was the double Ball Z game. punch, Milky Cannon, motherfucker. What's up?
Yeah. Gotta have a game night, man. We gotta sit out there and just bust out some Dragon Ball or something. Smack Raw Gaming, we'll start it. We'll make it a thing. The last match to be previewed for next week before we get into the main event. Io Shirai taking on Shotzi Blackheart. I'm geeked for this match. I'm excited. I could see this going either way. I could see Shotzi getting a roll-up win or surprise win here on Shirai where she doesn't look weak. She's not gonna get like hit or finish or anything or like the cannonball drop that she does onto Io and get the win that way. It's gonna be kind of like a roll-up. Io just is cut off guard, like basically like underestimates.
It's gonna be Robert Stone. Brad gets involved. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. True. They've been fucking with Shotzi this whole time.
I'm leaning towards Shotzi getting the win because of some interference.
Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen. Book it.
Okay, fair point. I'm gonna go ahead and say Shotzi too. Fuck it, why not? She comes out with a tank, shoots Io, pins her 1, 2, 3. That's how she gets the win.
I'll tell you this: does she not look like a more viable threat without doing all that extra shit, and without that stupid fucking tank? Does she not look like a viable threat to be the women's champion without screaming that stupid ball pitch shit, without yelling sound like a fucking a little kid dying and not a wolf, and without that dumbass tank? Does she not seem like a viable threat to be a women's world champion without all that bullshit?
Listen,
don't give me no fingers. Don't give me no fingers. Just give me a yes or a no.
I will give you everything but the tank. The tank is why I fucking fell in love with her. I'll give you everything else but the tank.
I get it. Fuck that tank, bro. Vince will tell you in the show, I love her. Like, I cut her out until when she's in the ring. That's the only time I watch her. I cut the shit. I mute it when she's walking out. I mute it when she's coming in. I only watch her in the fucking ring. She has it. Whatever it is, she has that. And she is dope as fuck in the ring. But all that extra shit is fucking lame. She has the look. She's got the weird hair and all that shit. Like, you don't need all that extra shit. She has it already. Whatever that it is, she has that. She doesn't need that extra shit to get her over, is what I'm saying. And, like, you saw it tonight. She was in the ring with the women's champ. She didn't have that stupid-ass fucking helmet. She didn't have the tank. She wasn't screaming like an idiot. And she looked like a viable threat for the women's championship. Am I lying? Did any of that other shit? She didn't need it. Did she not look like a valuable threat just being in the ring with Io, right?
She did look legit.
Silence is key. That's all I want to hear, motherfuckers.
She looked legit. I will give you that.
I would say keep the tank. You know what? We're transitioning here. Before we get into the main event, we're
another one for the good guy. Boom.
Before we transition to the main event, we'd like to remind you guys to go ahead and give this episode a download wherever you consume all your audio podcasts. If you're listening to Recap, the recording on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Comment down below. Do you think the Shotzi should get rid of all the tank and all the extra stuff and just go just badass like Aren't Sane? And also too, turn on the bell notifications on YouTube so you know when the brand new video drops. With that being said, all cheap plugs out aside, steel cage match. I thought this was a really good match, almost phenomenal, and there was no AJ Styles in sight. Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez. I thought this was good. Mercedes came out, she got jumped. It started from the get-go. You could tell that this was like a feud where like I always kind of hate when like there's gonna be like this gimmick kind of matches and everybody just decides to play by the rules and everybody make their entrances like good boys and girls. I love it when someone's like, nah, fuck this motherfucker, I'm gonna jump him from behind, I'm gonna start this right, like it's a legit fight. So I thought that was a good way to start the match. They hit a lot of big moves, there were weapons involved. Quick little like tidbit story here. I was actually watching this at work. It was kind of slow. I had a customer come in while he was waiting for his order. He was watching the show and was watching the match, and I guess you could tell he hasn't watched wrestling in like a long time, or he's never watched wrestling ever, because he's like, oh snap, oh, he got the chair, oh look, oh, and he's out here popping. He's like a fucking 5-year-old, like being excited about the match. The match was really good. It was really fun. I don't It's up there for match of the night. I guess like preference. I thought Balor and Coles took it for me, but Mercedes and Rhea did a phenomenal job. We'll start off with Reek, and then we'll dive in with Arn afterwards. What you guys thought of this match? What you thought of the finish? And like any tidbits, any notes from this?
Well, I mean, it was what I expected for the most part. You saw the two of them. It's Godzilla, King Kong, pretty much. The two big bad chicks on the roster. They get in the steel cage, and it kind of had the vibes of like Matt Riddle when he and Thatcher did the whole what was that shit called, the fight pit or whatever. Mm-hmm. I kind of was expecting Mercedes to win this, to be honest with you, especially because they bumped it up to the main event and they switched the card up. But I mean, hey, look, I can't be mad. It works out. They're behind Rhea. I'm kind of falling off a little bit with my fandom because I don't know, something's off, not the same anymore. It's not the same Rhea that we saw. It's Super Saiyan Rhea, man. Year ago.
It's completely different Rhea, man.
I've been saying that for.
It is.
I've been saying that for like a month. Like, it's just something about her. Like, I don't like her. Like, I don't think that she does anything bad. Like, her promos kind of are annoying, but I mean, they're not terrible. She's dope as fuck in the ring. It's just like, I don't know. It's just something I don't like her. The Bride of Chucky shit doesn't help out either, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't, like you said, I can't put my finger on it. Like, bro, just something about her. I just don't like her.
That's what it is. She needs edge. And I'm not talking about Adam Copeland. She needs a little edge to her character. Maybe a little heel turn, I think she likes to do that. So we need to freshen this guy up. Heel turn. She has that edge now.
She has that edge now.
She doesn't.
That's the whole
I don't feel like she does. I feel like she's basically.
No, she's been talking greasy and jumping people from behind and everything. What do you mean? Like, she does have an edge to her character, but like you said, it's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
that's just me personally. Like, I don't mind her matches. Like, I don't. It's like I said, I can't say it like like you know how I hate Natty and fucking Braun. Like, it's not that type of hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hate. It's just something where it just doesn't click for me. Like, I just don't. I don't know. Like I said, I'll watch her. I'm not gonna like turn it off when she's on, like I do when Natty's on the TV. But it just doesn't click for me.
I think it was the loss to Charlotte. I think that's what started
about to bring that up,
the downhill, because it was all clicking right up to that point. The whole from Survivor Series and Takeover all the way on through, she was killing it, and then she lost to Charlotte, and then everything just started free falling. I don't know what it is. Like you said, I
Oh,
can't put my finger on it.
I'll
But
counter that point, and I'm gonna say her fall started before the match with Charlotte. It started when Bianca Belair got hot in NXT. She wasn't added into the match, and then was just kicked over to Raw, and she never actually got that run. You could tell they were trying to groom her to be one of the bigger faces on the NXT Women's division, and it was working. Like she had a pivotal role, like a marquee role in the Survivor Series build up. She was one of the featured women, and I think she was like one of the last two survivors in that NXT Survivor Series match.
I
And
think so.
there's just something about Bianca that just was organic and didn't feel forced. It felt like this woman has been hustling. She's been grinding to be in the position that she is now. She deserves a singles opportunity. And I think it was Rhea beating Bianca that, to me, it's like, man, Bianca should get this title. And it's like, I like Rhea and shit. Yeah, she's the golden goose right now. You know, they're strapping the rocket to her back. But can we get a run for Bianca's? Because we don't know what they're going to do with her on main roster. And sure enough, our concerns were a little warranted because she hasn't done shit on Raw. And it's like,
You know how I feel about it. She wasn't the golden goose. Bianca was the golden goose and the star that should have got that. The Royal Rumble itself proved that.
Yeah.
Like they
no,
the
but
wrong
I'm
horse.
saying Rhea kind of got like a little bit of the Roman treatment. I'm not trying to say she's Roman.
Yeah, no,
I'm not trying to talk shit
I
about
agree.
Rhea because I like Rhea. It's just you can tell
No,
they were trying to groom
agreeing
her.
what you're saying. No, I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm saying that they picked the wrong horse.
Oh, they totally did.
Like,
And you know what? I'm actually glad you brought that up because truth be told, Bianca really messed their plans up because the talk was going on forever that Rhea was going to get that spot and jumping up to the main roster sooner rather than later. And then wouldn't you know it, soon as we turn around, boom, Bianca's on the main roster on Raw and Rhea's doing whatever right now on NXT.
But you know what that
really
was? That was Paul, and now Paul's gone. And I think that's what hurt Bianca a lot too, because Paul was chomping at the fucking bit to get his hands on her, and then he got fired right afterwards.
Yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to this draft. I feel like if it does happen, it's going to be a nice refresher for a lot of talent, considering that a lot of the Raw talent were put onto Raw because of Paul Heyman. Paul left. Now it's a new team. It's similar to like in sports, like in the NFL, MLB, NBA. GM, you get a new GM running things. You decide, I'm going to get my own coach. I'm going to get my own players. I didn't draft this guy, so you don't have any sentimental value to this guy, and you want to push your guys. And that happens in every profession, you know. So it's common. It doesn't surprise me. Going back to this match, though, Rhea looked good. Mercedes looked good. I was surprised we didn't got no Raquel Gonzalez. Again, no smashy finish, no like wonky finish. I thought they would have gone that route. We were predicting this last week. It didn't come to pass. I'm glad it didn't because a clean finish to NXT is nice. It's a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Given how we ended last week with like the shit show, everybody was shitting on the non-finish. And to actually see a strong finish, and I think what's going to happen here with Rhea is that they're realizing that she's not going to be the top babyface or one of the top babyfaces in NXT, so they're going to go ahead and transition her over to like go into more of a heel route, and then she goes and feuds against Io Shirai. I feel like she's still going up against Io Shirai, and I would agree with you, Rick. I feel like Candice could be the one to take the title off of Io, but they're still going to circle back down to Rhea versus Io at some point, and maybe she transitions over to Raw after the draft. We'll see.
Probably.
We'll see.
Oh, and speaking of that, I got news for y'all real quick. So this match, the main event match, the belief is that that's the end for Mercedes Martinez on NXT because it's already been noted that she was one of the people that was part of the Retribution group on Raw the last couple of weeks. So this, not 100% yet, but this more than likely is going to be the end for Mercedes on NXT. Mm-hmm. This was like her bow out after this match, which might have factored into it being closing the show.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not a bad way to go. I feel like we've had situations like that where like people come into NXT for a cup of tea and then go straight to the main roster. Angel Garza, good example. He came in, wowed everybody with the breakout tournament. You know, everybody was like falling head over heels. Me specifically, I fucking fell head over heels for that man, and then he went over to Raw, and now he's flirting with the Blatcher and having feuds with Ivar. So might not be a good thing. before we wrap up the show, I want to dive into that Retribution thing one more time. Are we sure Dijakovic's in there or not, or is it Mojo? Like, do you have sources, Reek? Is it Mojo? Is it Dijakovic?
All right, so I will say this: Mojo Rawley is 100% confirmed for Retribution. That's a fact.
Okay.
Dijakovic and Mia Yim, those were just, I mean,
those
just givens.
That was them two motherfuckers on Raw last week. Like, I know for a fact it was Mia Yim because she's got a tattoo that you can see. And I mean, she's the only fucking Asian chick there besides Io. And Dijakovic, his big lumbering ass. That was definitely them two for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, like, the Monday, like, you literally were looking in her eyes. Like, the camera was close enough that you could see her, like, right through the mask there. But Dijakovic and I think Shane Thorne were both confirmed to get going up to Raw. So that's a given right there.
And I think they said it was Dio.
Mia Yim has kind of been like a late addition, I think.
They said it was Dio Madden, Shane Thorne, and Dijakovic.
Yeah.
That was the people that I heard were the three males. And then the three females.
They were the ones that showed up. I think it was the night they jumped Ray and Dominic. Yeah. That was definitely them. And I think Chelsea Green was in there too.
Yeah, that's who the three women was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, and then it wasn't Mercedes. It was somebody else.
Vanessa Bourne. Vanessa Bourne.
No, I think honestly, because when I look back at it, at like the pictures by comparison, I think it was Santana Garrett. Same height, same hair color, everything like that. I think it was Santana Garrett.
Well, to be fair, there was that one girl that 1 week where it had kind of like purplish hair or whatever. People thought it was Ember Moon. Some people thought it was Kamea or whatever her name was. So
yeah, it's like that's what's really confusing because they actually reported that they were swapping in a bunch of different people in and out of the group because they hadn't confirmed the final like 5 or 6 that's going to be in there yet. Now I think they like that at that point that they know who they're running with, but for like those first couple of weeks, it was just like a who's who. You didn't know for sure who's going to be in it because they kept moving people.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's going to be ass.
Okay. Well, what I was going to ask is, do you guys feel like the addition of Mojo Rawley kind of like contradicts what everybody was been saying? It kind of feels like NXT people coming up to main roster. Why is Mojo Rawley involved in this whole thing?
They just love Mojo. It had to be in Gronk's contract, I guess.
Is there a case to be made for more main roster people to join this faction, and we just assume there's NXT?
Yeah, I think so.
Terrible.
This is my thing, right? I can't understand the concept of retribution coming from NXT guys. Like, what would make the sense be there? It's like they're just moving up. Like there's nothing that they need to be redeeming from. Like if it's a main roster people, then you say, okay, guys that have been dropped off of TV or taking bad losses or whatever the case may be. Like that's why Mojo would make sense. Mm-hmm. Right. But for all the guys in NXT, like, okay, if you're invading, that's one thing. But a group called Retribution from all NXT people, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I actually think that putting Mojo in it makes more sense than anything else.
Yeah. Welcome to WWE.
And final point I'll make about Retribution and that, like, the comparison to Nexus is apparent, especially the way they debuted and did that one attack and just tore up the entire ringside area. At least with Nexus, they made sense to be like a bunch of new people invading, because it's like, you guys put us in a game show, competed for a fucking contract, treated us like animals, now we're here to like wreck everything. It made sense. So I don't know, I'm not as sour on Retribution. I'm kind of let's see what happens type of guy. I'm still willing to see what happens. Here's the thing, if it's shit, I will be one of the first people to be like, I was wrong, this is shit, I'm sorry. Just like the Pat McAfee match with Adam Cole. A lot of people were shitting on it, and I said, give that match a chance. I got into a Twitter war with people, and
I don't know why.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that the concept and everything is so far is all right, but I'm saying the people that are involved right now are all ass on the show. Like, Mia Yim is ass, Dijakovic is half ass, Mojo is ass, Caden Carter, whoever the fuck those other two girls are. These people are ass. They're not good. So how do you think this angle is going to turn out good? Unless there's somebody that we don't know about that's going to end up being the leader, like an established star that's going to be the leader. Like, I wouldn't matter if it ends up being Roman. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody. But if it's just these guys are ass.
Kind of like what they did with Dark Order. They kept referring to like the
like they did with Nexus, and it ended up being fucking CM Punk taking over. Like I wouldn't mind like shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
Let him be fucking Seth Rollins' disciples. He can't keep him around. Retribution got about 40 fucking people in it, so if they drop off, he's good to go.
Seth. At least rent one or two Retribution members out for your disciples.
You know what's crazy too? Since he mentioned Nexus, I didn't even realize this till TC brought it up on the episode like weeks ago. Technically, Nexus claimed the WWE Championship because Punk was still the considered leader of the Nexus when he beat John Cena. That's crazy.
Fair point.
So now Retribution got a standard to uphold too.
Right. Yeah, they're not reaching that Nexus level. Okay, guys. So that looks like the show. We covered basically everything, but before we sign off, I want to give our guest here, riqhavok. First off, thank you for coming on the show. It was a pleasure having you, man. Like, you're a great addition, but also too, let them know where they can find you. Plug your shit, man. Let them know where your content's at.
No doubt, man. Thanks for having me, y'all. Y'all can find me at riqhavok24, Instagram, Twitter, everything. At the Havok Hour, that's on Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your podcast. Just dropped a new episode this past week with my man Vince. Thanks for coming on that show, bro.
Yeah.
And of course, at Young Kings Wrestling, Twitter, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast there as well. Make sure you go get your merch, those Black Lives Matter NWO shirts as well. All proceeds are being donated to the cause, so check that out. Absolutely.
Arn, you want to go plug your Mean Jelly Bean stuff?
Mean Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube, Mean Jelly Bean Memes on Facebook, Aaron Real Petty on Facebook, and Mr. 8984 on Twitter. Come on, get some of the smoke if you want. You know where I'm at.
For sure. Obviously, you can find me at SES Vince basically everywhere. And obviously, you can find the show at SmackRaw Pod on Twitter. Check out our link tree. Check out our Patreon. Like I said, go ahead. All that information will be in the link in the description down below. I am SES Vince. I was your host for the NXT Recap podcast. We'll catch you guys next week for more NXT. Later, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.